Greetings, everyone. This here tree, I've been practicing with this tree ever since I was a teenager. I love this tree very much. Always practiced here. My martial arts with the rope, tying my foot, pulling it. So, today's topic is uh, should a spiritual person not get angry? Is it wrong for someone who's on the spiritual path to get angry? Does it mean that they're not spiritual enough? Does it mean that they're not spiritual at all? What is being spiritual? What does this word mean? And everyone has this misconception about someone who's enlightened or on a spiritual path should never get angry. He should always be just like floating, no matter what happens to him or her, and what's been, no matter what's said to them or done to them. And this is to anyone who has just a little bit of awareness on things should know that this is an insult. Should know that this is a judgment, a misjudgment, a imposition. Because when I when you see me as someone on a spiritual path, or with someone who's on the spiritual, uh, someone who is like that, you know, it's like being spiritual actually means not limiting yourself. But because now I'm spiritual, you are putting limitations on me. Oh, this guy should never get angry. Oh, this guy should never curse. Oh, this guy should never, be upset. You're limiting the person. Who do you think you are to impose on somebody, anybody, that they should not be angry, that they should not be upset, that they should not express something that they didn't like? Who are you to decide that that's how they have to be? See, you're so unaware that you don't even realize that you are, you have the nerve, or the, you know, you have some nerve to just impose your opinion on someone because it's just an opinion that you have. Because such people who think this way don't know anything about spirituality, don't know anything about the spiritual path, don't know anything about enlightenment, don't know anything about any of this stuff. They don't even have the slightest idea. But they're just so arrogant that they feel like they have the right to, oh, this guy is spiritual, he should not get angry. If he gets angry, oh, I, you know, I was wrong about you. I was wrong about you. You're really not who you say you are. You're really not who you show you are. Spiritual people should never do this or do that. The same thing has been said, mind you, to Buddha, Siddhartha, to Bodhidharma, to almost just about any enlightened being. Because the minute you realize the nature of yourself, there is no limitations. There's no, you know, I should not talk this way or I should not behave this way. Because you become so aware of everything you do and say that nothing really is a problem anymore. You can use any method to try to transmit what you want to say or what you want to express. Everybody is born with the possibility to be angry, to be sad, to be happy, to be upset, to be peaceful, to be joyful, to be fun. Why will I limit myself? Oh, you're gonna say because anger is a negative thing. Well, let me tell you something about negative, since you guys like to judge. You, you know, you have a lot of judgments about. Uh, you have prejudices about things that you like to just consider them negative. They're bad. Well, let me tell you something about anger being negative. If you, you know, you were with your, let's say you had a son or a daughter, a young boy or girl, and you're walking on the street, and a person comes up to you, takes your child, and starts beating your child right in front of you. Tell me then, oh, I should not get angry. It's negative. Anger is negative. In your opinion, or with your awareness, tell me, what's more negative? To be angry at the person abusing your child right in front of your eyes? Or to just sit back and allow them to do that and focus more on not getting angry? Like that's your preoccupation, more than the safety of your child. No, no, I should not get angry. Oh, no, 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 I should not get angry. And you're just going to try to so ridiculously talk the abuser out of what he's doing. No, why are you doing this? No, this is not good. Really? So that's not negative at all. Anger is negative, right? There's a saying, medicine can become poison if you use it in one way, and poison can become medicine if you use that also one way or a different way. When you begin to realize the nature of your existence, the nature of your life, the nature of existence itself, when you begin to realize more and more, and you begin to drop all these stupid ideas from your head, you begin to realize one thing, that nothing is really uh, originally bad and nothing is originally good. It's how you use things, it's what you do with things. And when you realize this is when wisdom begins to grow. If you don't realize that, you're still below wisdom. Wisdom has not began to function or to manifest within you. That's why enlightened people seem a little crazy or out of place, inappropriate. It's not because we're inappropriate, It's not because we're contradictory. It's just because we understand that things, the way you use things, is what really matters. It's not the thing you use that's the problem, it's the way you use it. So it's not wrong at all. In fact, if you ask me, if an enlightened being, an enlightened, yeah, person or being can is not able to get angry, is not able to feel upset, is not able to feel sadness, I don't want that being beside me. I don't want to know that being. I don't want to have anything to do with that person because that person is not a complete human being. To be enlightened means you have flourished into a complete human being. The system that we live under imposes so many things on us, forcing us to live in such unnatural ways. Whatever you whatever good we come up with, they try to make it look bad. And say that no, if you're spiritual, you should never get angry. There are songs about Shiva calling him the angry one. The angry one who has a pure heart and who is infinite and who is without limit. Things like that are attributed to enlightened masters. There were many masters who would slap or hit their disciples into enlightenment. They knew the moment when they have to hit, boom, to shock the person or to awaken the person. They would get angry. They would yell. See, there's a very big difference between being angry, unconsciously angry, and being consciously angry. Anger is just energy. Anger is just intensity. How you use it determines everything. See, like I am easy to get angry. I can get angry very easily. But my anger never makes me do things that I would become unaware and be like, oh my God, what did I do? I was not in my right mind. That never happens to me, even though I'm angry. Is such thing possible? Of course it's possible. In any emotional state, you can be either aware of it or unaware of it. If you're aware of it, you would make the best out of it. You would use it for your good, for the good of whatever you're trying to do. If you're unaware of it, you would bring harm to yourself and to others. And a person who is aware of his anger is a person who is able to switch from anger to compassion just like that. That's another thing about enlightened beings like Shiva. Shiva was known to be so enraged and in a split second become extremely compassionate once again. If I remember correctly, there was a story about Shiva like this. Someone angered him so much and he had his trident. He wanted to cut his head off. He just did this and the person just got so afraid and just went down and said, please, please don't kill me, or something. And in that split second, the minute when Shiva was gonna chop his head off, he just stopped and had compassion over him. This is something that happens to me all the time. I can be arguing with someone. Someone really got on my nerves, and I'm like, how dare you do something like this? You know, like who the fuck you think you are? And if I just sense a little weakness somewhere, a little fear, a little weakness, a little, the person is insecure on some level, or, you know, immediately my anger just switches up and becomes compassion. And I just feel like I want to hug the person. I don't feel angry at him at all. Anger is not a problem. We live in a society where they make these things taboo. Oh, don't be angry. It's not even in yoga anymore. It's everywhere. Like, you see this everywhere. It's not just about people who do yoga. They would be like, someone is upset, but he's pretending like he's fine. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. No, and he's just smiling. And so people, they are teaching us to accumulate all these so-called negative emotions. They're not negative. They're just explosive. If you suppress explosives and you don't uh, detonate them or use that energy in one way or another, you know, if you don't use it up and you just leave it in, you're gonna explode one day, and you're gonna hurt yourself and other people. You're gonna have mental breakdowns. We're seeing that more and more, in big cities especially. All this because I should not show people that I'm angry. Well, I don't have any shame. I show whenever I'm angry, and I don't give a damn what you think, because I know that if you if you really are aware of the way I'm angry, you will see that even though there is anger, there is life, there is awakening in that anger. That anger is not I'm not consumed by that anger. I'm not driven astray by that anger. It's fine to be angry. And just knowing that it's fine to be angry, upset, sad, it's fine. Just knowing that it's fine is such a liberation. Don't you feel liberated just hearing this news right now? It's such a beautiful thing to not feel ashamed to be angry anymore. Be angry. There are things that deserve your anger. You can be angry even without any reason. Did you know that? Sadhguru said, if you are just angry without any reason, just angry, just for like, I don't know, for a few hours or 1 hour or I don't know how much, just a very short period of time, you can become enlightened just like that. Just that intensity. It's energy. Just learn how to use it. Don't have so many judgments about it, prejudices about it. Oh, this is anger. Oh my God, I should not feel angry. I should try to make myself laugh. Ha ha ha. How ridiculous. How ridiculous will you make yourself? Don't do that. Don't follow the trend. Yoga is not a trend. Well, it's a trend today, but that's unfortunate. But these things, like, I should not be angry. I should always be, smiling and whatever, and never do this, and that's nonsense, man. That's nonsense. That's the system's nonsense. They're just trying to suppress you. That's their indirect way of suppressing you so that you don't grow. Okay? They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to grow. Allow yourself to grow. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Be who you are. People may not understand. That's fine. They will see it with time, if they're lucky enough. But you would have liberated yourself. Don't be ashamed. Whatever you're feeling, just be aware of that. If you're aware of that, trust me, even the most negatively seeming e- emotion or state, you're gonna make the best out of it, and you're gonna enhance your life with it, no matter what it is, as long as you're aware of it. Because if you're aware of it, the more you're aware of it, the more you'll know how to use it and not misuse it. Okay? And you will free yourself from that suppression. Have a nice day.